Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Bix Weir, roadrunner.com. It is October 3rd. Very interesting drama on Capitol Hill. They're looking to take out Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The Democrats are going to vote him out. All it takes is a handful of Republicans to get him out. I haven't seen what the... Apparently right now it's happening. What does that mean? Who knows? I don't think it's been done in like 100 years or whatever that theory is. The other theory is who's going to replace him. And I talked about this when they were picking McCarthy. Anybody can replace McCarthy. It doesn't have to be a senator. The thing that makes me laugh is that whoever's Speaker of the House may be President of the United States as the current administration's problems are revealed. Joe Biden obviously is knee-deep in legal problems. It comes down to Kamala. I mean, is she even legal with two foreign parents? I don't know. I think that's kind of grasping at straws. I think there's 10,000 other things you can get Kamala Harris for because she works in a party that literally is in the White House and is doing something illegal every day. So, will the speakership be open to Donald Trump, for example? Yes, absolutely. He could be Speaker of the House, and when Joe and Kamala get booted out, there you go. Trump's back in office. I don't think we want to get him in there that way. Whether or not Trump is in there, I don't know. I don't know if they've allowed the system to fall apart enough so that we the people will stand behind Trump at this point in time. It's no good having half the country. I know a lot of Democrats. Hold on 1 second here. It's my lovely wife. Hello, Amy. You're on roadrunner.com.
Okay, who are you talking to?
I'm making a video right now, and we're talking. What's up?
Paper. I saw that you'd thrown away a box of the...
Yeah, we have it. We're cool.
You have enough?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, my wife. Yeah. So, yeah, Trump could be get into the presidency that way. The problem is, like I said, Democrats, doesn't matter what you say, do, show them evidence. They are literally singularly focused. They will never change their mind. We've hit a point where they will never, you can show them all kinds of pictures of all the pedophilia shit that the Democrats do and the Republicans. They would never change their mind and go towards something more patriotic, more Trump-ish. Even if all the lies and insanity was revealed to the American people. These people refuse. And it's probably maybe 10% of the population that are the hardcore Democrats. But they refuse to even, that is a world-blowing type of revelation. But maybe that's what we need. Maybe we do need people to just get off their high horse and come down and deal with reality. Of course, the problem is we don't have reality anywhere in our government, in our banking system, in our healthcare system, anywhere, education system. It's all fucked up massively. So whether or not there's a Speaker of the House or whether or not there's a president doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it won't matter. When the banks go down, all the politicians are gone. They're done. Kiss them goodbye. So I think that's where we're coming to, and I'll show you why as we go down this path. Oh, by the way, Walmart is now selling silver online. So you can buy Silver Eagles online. They're way more expensive than if you contact Andy Schechtman at Miles Franklin. Send them in. You can compare prices. Say, hey, I want to get some Silver Eagles. Send them an email, info at milesfranklin.com, and you can compare prices to all the Walmart prices. You'll see that Miles Franklin's a lot better than those prices. And that's Walmart. Walmart should be selling silver at the bottom of the barrel. That's what they sell. They're known for, negotiating great deals with suppliers. Walmart should be one of the direct authorized purchasers of the U.S. Mint, if you ask me. Wouldn't that be interesting? they'd undercut all the other authorized purchasers. And they can do it. I mean, obviously, they've got the size and the money, and they can put down all the bonds you need to do. And and everybody would be in line to buy Silver Eagles at Walmart. But right now, they're priced way over the prices of other Eagles. Also, my friend Will Lair can get you Eagles below $30 as of today, which is the 3rd. I don't know how much below at the moment, but contact him, Will, Will, at perpetualassets.com. So those are my two go-to suppliers. I mean, I always start with the local guys, though. I have friends at mini coin shops in the area because I know that's where I'll be selling my coins when it's time to sell and either move on to another investment or I want to buy a Ferrari, so I'll sell 5 Silver Eagles and get my Ferrari. Anyway, very interesting that Walmart is selling. I would love to know the quantities they sell. And it's all through like AppMex and stuff like that. I don't think they hold any. I don't know if they have them in stores. I did hear that Costco was selling gold bars and instantly sold out. So that is a wave of the future. Different forms of currency. Gold and silver coinage, to me, is the most important. It's silver, especially at these prices. If you take a look at what's going on today, you see silver up 30 cents and gold down 81 cents. Why is that? Because they've been slamming silver so hard that at some point the incremental shaking of the tree doesn't work anymore. I think that's where we are because it is Tuesday. And I'm screaming, wait till Tuesday. And it looks like, I think Tuesday at 10 a.m., they stopped trading on the COMEX, something like that. But there's 24-hour trading in different markets. So the COMEX close, I think, already happened. Maybe not. It is now, about 12:30 Pacific time. So boom, all of a sudden, it's allowed to go up. Surprise, surprise. What do you think JP Morgan would do? They're going to have to report as of Tuesday of, you're going to see a wild spread of what happened come the reporting of the commitment of traders on Friday. Of course, it's all criminal. Of course, it's 100% illegal. Is it illegal for the derivative markets to set the price of silver? And yet that's what is being done. But we don't have a legal system in the United States anymore. So get your physical silver, get it in your own possession. Do like me, sit on the sidelines and watch the game. Do I think silver is going to go to minus $40 like oil did? I don't think so, but it could with a click of a mouse. I do know that. I don't think it will happen, but unless you have your assets in your own possession, you are subject to whatever they want to do. Ask the Hunt brothers, those idiots. They had them. They had the criminal banksters, and then they got greedy. They went short they went long 100 and something million ounces on the COMEX, and that was their game. That was their game, and they drove the price of silver this is in 1980, drove the price of silver from $50 back down to $10 and destroyed the Hunt brothers by changing the rules of the game. Had they just stuck with the 100 million ounces that they had in physical and kept adding to that on a cash basis and taking it out of the COMEX on a daily basis, which you can do right now, they would have won the game, and we'd be in a whole different world today. We would have fixed the monetary system back in the 1980s, and it wouldn't have gone on the way it has in the last, 43 years. How many wars have been fought? How many people have died because that decision was made to destroy and control the price of gold and silver back in 1980? They really made the decisions back in the early 1970s. Arthur Burns and Alan Greenspan were working on computer programs to trade the derivatives to completely control them. And anybody who doesn't understand that has no idea how markets work. After 1971, 72, after we went off the gold standard in 71, we also went off the fixed price of gold to the dollar, and the dollar was free floating kind of randomly. And then Arthur Burns and what's his name? Paul Volcker in the 1980s figured out a way to rig the gold and silver price. He says he didn't rig the gold price, but we know he did, along with all other markets, and have floating currencies against each other, which is, you have derivatives of derivatives, and then you use derivatives to float currencies to pretend that it's a freely traded market, which it is not. I believe the currency derivative markets are the largest market in the world. Well, obviously, derivatives is the largest market with $2.5 quadrillion worth of notional value, supposedly. Side bets. And we all know who the largest derivative player in silver is. It's JP Morgan Chase, the same bank that got caught rigging the price of silver with tens of thousands of illegal maneuvers. And they paid $920 million to get out of it in 3 years in purgatory. And now, as of last Monday, they got out of that purgatory. So that's why they're rigging the markets today. I hope everybody understands that by now. Been on the road route that long, you know. So here's what's happening. The moving averages are convening. They're almost exactly the same right now. 200 and 100-day moving averages have, looks like they're right at the moment of crossing, 23.41 and 23.43. Really interesting. Does that mean anything? I don't know. They cross all the time. Cross back here, crossed over there, here, there, and everywhere. But this does mean something. The right at the close of the reporting week, we should see. Now, tomorrow, who knows what they're going to do? They could, again, click a mouse and set it to minus $40. Does that change the amount of silver that you have in your own possession? No. Does it change the silver market as the banksters play it? Absolutely. There'd be nobody would be able to be long, just like in oil. You weren't allowed to be long with the oil trading at minus $40. They took out whoever they needed to take out who had long positions. So remember that as we get to the final days of the monetary system. I think silver will be the very last thing. It's the most important thing in the entire monetary world. So it'll probably be the last thing to be cut free, which means the whole system implodes before you ever find out what your silver's worth. And a lot of people told me, why wait when why not invest in all these other things if it's the last thing? My take is it's the most important thing. And it could go at any moment. And, you'd rather be in it 20, 30, 40 years early than 1 second too late. Because 1 second too late, you're not going to buy any of this. None of it. None of these silver ounces will you be able to buy when the COMEX shuts down because no one would know the price. So all these would say, not available, not available, not available. And be going, oh, fuck, I can't buy any silver anymore? I'm ready to pay $300 for silver and I can't find an ounce? No. Who would give up their silver? Crazy. That's crazy talk. Anyway, that's where we are. Couple things. And I've said this for the last 10 years on the road to Ruta. Bankers do not die when things are going well. Bankers die all the time when things are going poorly. Bankers do not die when things are going well. Bankers do not quit when things are going well. When things are going well, they're raking in the money. They're staying in there. They're the man. When things go poorly or are about to go poorly, they run for the hills or they get suicided. Here we have a internal compliance offer at a Delaware Wells Fargo. Who do we know lives in Delaware? I'll leave you to that judgment. He jumped to his death for reasons nobody knows. Nice guy, happy guy. I mean, he was busy, yeah, but he wasn't that busy. And his friends and family are like, no way this guy killed himself. There's no way. But he did, according to I don't even know if they ever did an investigation on this. That's how insane these people, how much control they have over the law enforcement, judicial system, you name it, they fully control it. Wells Fargo executive Greg Beckett jumped to his death from bank's Delaware offices, as families said he'd been stressing about work and taking meetings as late as 11 p.m. Again, if you heard my talk yesterday, I just read Elon Musk's, the new book about Elon Musk. I mean, 11 p.m. meetings. Musk had meetings all hours of the day for months and years on end. Sleep is not a part of the equation for Musk and his work. But anyway, I know it is for the banker crowd. But the senior management, they'll stay on as much as needed. And so Greg Beckett, 46-year-old bank executive, tragically took his own life in the face of all-consuming job that demanded long days, nights, and meetings. But then there's other stuff that I read. He left no suicide note, surprise, surprise, nor any signs of distress in the days and weeks before his death. Only worsened the agony of friends, family, and workers. Well, maybe it shouldn't worsen the agony. Maybe it should prompt a halfway decent investigator to investigate this shit. Greg had been responsible for Wells Fargo's internal controls aimed at safeguarding the bank from risks, but his workload had steadily increased, leading to longer hours. This would be the guy if Hunter Biden was banking with Wells Fargo. This would be the guy that filed all those reports. If that comes true, then we have obviously another situation where he was taken out. I don't know that. But his brother is like, he would never have done this. His sudden death made little sense to his loved ones, with his life outside of work seemingly going well. On the night of his death, Greg abruptly stopped responding to text messages and phone calls. Well, so they knew nothing until he stopped responding to text messages. When his family became concerned, his brother and sister-in-law, thinking he might have been involved in a car accident, he went to his office in search of his vehicle, only to find the parking lot blocked by the police. His sudden death made little sense to his loved ones, with his life outside of work seemingly going great. He recently moved in with his girlfriend and her daughters, devoted Eagle fan. The team had been performing well. Greg had gone to several days of tailgating with friends. He loved his pet dog. He'd go to great lengths to make people smile, such as dressing up as Barney for his niece's second birthday, blah, blah, blah. To me, no, this is not I don't know why they would not open an investigation into this. If I was a friend of his, I would be knocking on the door of those cops who, they taped it off. How did they find out about it? If he was the only one there, I don't know if he was the only one there. But yeah, I would definitely look into it if you are involved with this guy. Anyway, bankers do not die when things are going well. They die all the time when things aren't going well, behind the scenes. Peter Schiff, banks have a bigger real estate problem today than they did in 2007. Remember 2007, it was all about, oh my God, subprime mortgages. In that case, the bankers had it great because they can just repo the house and wait for the market to turn. In this case, if you have a mortgage and you refinanced or have a long-term loan at like 2 or 3%, the bank is losing massive amounts of money on your loan. And because people refinanced a lot when the rates were at 0%, and 2 or 3% loan for a long time, today it looks like amazing money. What do they charge on a loan today? 7, 8, 9%. So the banks are losing money having that money locked up, and they do it on a huge basis, fractional reserve system. So yeah, they're losing massive amounts of money. And they can't foreclose because people can still afford their payments. And that's what Peter Schiff talks about. Things are different. Every time the interest rates tick up or the real estate market sees a little hiccup, look out. And for commercial real estate, forget about it. It's ridiculous. As a matter of fact, WeWork looks to renegotiate most of its leases as it fights to survive. It was a ridiculous woke company in the first place. WeWork was part of the cabal. Jamie Dimon was a huge investor, just deep state all the way. It was the dumbest model I've ever seen in my life. But they have billions of dollars worth of leases, commercial real estate leases, that are going bad. And they just missed their first payments, and now it's a downhill spiral. Good luck. They're gone. Not a chance in hell. Now they're saying, oh yeah, we didn't pay our bond payments, so we have negotiating ability. So now they'll go to all their lease owners, all the buildings that lease them space for 3 to 5 years, and try to renegotiate a price. Hey, if you don't give us a better deal, we're about to go bankrupt and you're going to lose. Well, the reality is, even if you do renegotiate, you're going to lose because they're going to go bankrupt anyway. And it's not like the people who own these leases have much wiggle room either. I mean, they're looking at the value of their property, just destroying them, gutting them. So it's a lose, lose, lose trying to renegotiate with someone who's losing money. You're not going to do it. They care about every single month because they're barely scraping by. And then we work on the brink of default. That's $95 million in interest payments or skipped. You're going to see a lot of this going forward. Real estate, commercials going really fast. Blackstone's massive CRE real estate portfolio records 7 months of outflow. So everybody's trying to get out of commercial real estate, except there's no one to take their position. And Blackstone's blocking people from trying to get out. They returned $625 million, or about 34% of what was requested. So imagine that you're in this real estate ETF type of thing, a REIT, and you say, "Oh God, I got to get out of commercial real estate because I don't like the future." And you go in there and they say, "Okay, we're going to give you 35 cents on the dollar." And you're like, "Wait a minute, wait! You sold this like I can get my money back right away." No, sorry, we're Blackstone. We can do whatever we want. These funds are being destroyed and gutted, and all the money's trying to run away, but they won't let them. So that's going to be a huge hit. And then this is even bigger. 30-year yields hit highest since 2007, one day after CNBC's Santilli suggests a 10-year could go to 13%. Remember, in the beginning of this year, 2023, the banks were looking at massive hits on their books. And now we're looking at, and because of the rise in interest rates, now we're looking at what, double or triple the hits they already have. So there's no bank that can survive this, especially the big banks. They'll try to do it with derivatives, but remember, every single derivative has a counterparty. So if Jamie Dimon says, "Oh, that's no worries, I have $50 billion in commercial real estate derivatives that will protect me from default," well, that's fine and dandy, except who do you have them with? Who is going to pay out the $50 billion? Third-party risk is the monster that's going to destroy the derivative market, the entire derivative market. And this is just another way to, we are literally pushing it. The banks are over the cliff and falling, and it's being pushed down even faster. They're accelerating in the crash. And higher interest rates is going to do that, keep doing it, no matter what the Fed does. Okay, just a thought. Putin calls for global economic change. Putin knows exactly what happened. He probably doesn't even know the day either. I don't think anybody does know the day that the system stops, but it will stop when we have a too big to fail bank that fails and tries to get bailed out. And obviously nobody in Congress is going to do jack shit about it. Right now, let's see what CNN said. It always cracks me up to see what CNN wants to happen. McCarthy on track to lose speakership after Democrats refuse to issue a lifeline. So the House, there's going to be no Speaker of the House for a while. And then you got to put someone in. I think the only person that could win it is Trump. Wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't that be interesting? As the Democrats put Trump in jail, he's the Speaker of the House. Would you want to piss off the Democrats? They might have just sealed their piss off moments. But remember, Democrats want the system to be destroyed. It's like everybody wants the system to be destroyed right now. Everybody. It's insane. And then Trump, let's say they take out Biden and Harris and Trump's in the president, but he's in jail, so he pardons himself. He said he never would, though. He said he never would pardon himself, even though he could have. He could have pardoned himself before he left office and not had to deal with these. But there's a bigger thing going on. This is all part of the game. So that's your update. Again, get your Silver Eagles. Contact Andy Scheckman. info@milesfranklin.com and or Will at perpetualassets.com and get your Silver Eagles. Get as many as you can. From my discussion with Jack Sermon yesterday, we texted each other. They are not going to live up to making Silver Eagles to meet demand. They're going to do better. And he was all excited about leadership at the Mint, probably because of our last interview. I told the world he's not. But he was all praises for Ventures Gibson. And to me, she's doing better, but she's not upholding the law at all. And they could. Take a little lesson from Elon Musk and do your job. Don't tell me why you can't do it. Tell me when you're going to do it. All right? You want to join the private road at roadtoroot.com. Get all the great discussions and information, behind the scenes stuff I can't talk about on YouTube at all, not even close, especially about the deep dark state and the pedo stuff and all that. Join the private road. We dive deep, and I will send you one Veritasium token. I think a Veritasium token will act as a insurance policy against the rest of your crypto portfolio. If Gary Gensler gets his way, then most of the cryptos will be gone and they'll be regulated out of business except for just a few. And oh, by the way, Veritasium is one of those few that can help with the new system. As the stock market, people lose confidence in the stock market and in all markets because of the rehypothecation of assets. All stocks are sold many times over and never settled. That can be solved by the technology that Reggie Middleton invented, and it's software. And they threw the book at him because he's a crypto innovator. 2, he was threatening the powers that be on Wall Street. And number 3, he's black. Don't even say that wasn't a cause. Read the indictment of Reggie Middleton, and they go after personality characteristics. I'm like, why is this even an illegal document? But that's what they do. The white men of rich men of America run the stock market, and they're scared to death of this kid from the streets that invented something that can put them out of business. So, yep. We give away one Veri token with every private road subscription and renewal. So go check that out. This is Bix. I'll talk to you later.